So it's time for game number 4, the losers match. So just a quick introduce for the players, quick introduction. We have Mind, our Terran. And we have ZerO, also known as Queen, our Zerg. So we will see who's going to be the first eliminated and who will go on to the finals match to play against NSP Zerg to advance. So same map as the previous in the women's map, Loki 2, fighting. So we have our red Zerg ZerO on the right spawn. And we have our orange Terran Mind on the left hand side. So we'll see what strategies both of these players open with. We'll see if Mind will opt for what C did in the previous game. And we'll see if ZerO will also like to follow NSP Zerg's approach as well, or if he'll do something different or crazy like a 3 hatch before pull or something along those lines, just to take advantage of the map. That all depends as well on the scouting, but there is only 2 spawns on 2 locations that you can spawn on this map. So it's not like a 4-player map where you need to it is a chance you can find the opponent in the last position. That can change things up a bit more. So we see the first depots up. We see the Overlord being made as well. So I have to wait to see if it's going to be an overpull or if it's going to be a hatch first. Okay, so it looks like it's going to probably likely be a 12 hatch at this point. The rack's probably coming up for Mind very shortly with the SUV standing there. And it looks like Mind sending his SUV to scout. The Overlord is already halfway, and I can see the drone going down for the 12 hatch there. So this is going to be a pretty interesting matchup. It'll be extremely bizarre if Mind end up being eliminated, because as you can see that they were showing, he actually won the last GomTV MSL Season 3 against Bisu as well, like the 3-0. So he's ranked pretty high basically compared to some of these players he's played against. So if he loses here, I would say it would be quite the upset. So ZerO's got his pull down already, about a little less than halfway done. So Mind scouts this, he's going to check the back, more than likely, just to make sure there's nothing there. And we can see the SCV is ready for the CC on the low ground basically. He's not even... Okay, so we see the Marine just chasing out that drone, and the CC is down as well. So nothing happening so far, but we do see the SCV and the drone jousting in the back expo of ZerO's base. So Mind is doing a great job preventing the third from going down. Oh, there's even 2 drones. So this has been fantastic so far, but ZerO ends up managing to put the hatch down. So that's great news for him. More than likely a pair of Zerglings will probably pop soon just to chase the SCV out. So gas coming in for Mind, and the second depot. So a bit of zoning with the Marines, just if there's any Zerglings out there, but he knows that there's only the 2 in the base, or should be only the other 2 thus far. Although this would be an interesting post, but the Overlord should be able to scout those 3 Marines coming in. So more times than not, this is usually for pressure, exactly, just to get him to put that sunken there, waste the drone, put the cost on the sunken, as well as morphing it too. The CC is about done, the transfer's coming in. Mind has enough to obviously block this, it's only 4 Zerglings. So I would expect the Academy to go down soon, unless he's going to go for the EB first, but the timing for that would have passed by now. So the lever's coming in, and I believe I saw the gas as well. So it's more than likely mirrors again. Mirrors were pretty popular during these days because a lot of the pros, with lurkers, you end up almost fulfilling map control in a way, because with mirrors, at least you can fly over ridges, you know, do damage in one area and quickly go back to help defend, do other things. With lurkers, you're more set to what you have to do. So I see the academy is actually finished and the EV is coming in, so it's pretty good. Stim would probably be starting soon, and the third Rax is coming up, and we see the evolution chamber, so it's a bit different from what NSP ZerO did last game. So it's likely for the +1, and oh, double Evo, okay. So maybe +1 attack and armor at this point. What I would like to know is though, is he going to be more than likely commit with Mutus, or is he going to be going for some kind of a weird lurker opening? So with the sunken SV can scout, obviously, but it's definitely faster upgrades than usual. Because typically the Evo, they do get it after the hydrogen is down. So we do see the +1. So we're just going to waiting on to see what the first structure that goes down right after the layer is done. And we still have the spire. Okay, so that's still on track. So maybe this is just faster upgrades for when the hydrogen comes in, because that +1 will make it's extremely potent as well, and it'll help match with the Terran's +1 attack. So great scan on Mind's side. He sees the spire halfway done. He doesn't see the Evo's chamber, so he doesn't know about those just yet. But that means at least he knows when he has to put his turrets up, and he still has a bit of time, so he might as well tech up. You can see the factory coming in at about 6:20, which is, I believe, a bit early at this point in time. But I believe at those days it was more of the norm to get a bit earlier than nowadays. Oh, we can even see the Queen's Nest as well coming up. So I'm not sure specifically what he's going for. I wonder if this is some kind of the crazy ZerO that we're seeing nowadays, basically. Get the upgrades ASAP. You have the three gas, basically. You'll have some mirrors if you need. Although you don't really need that mirrors, you can still technically hide behind Sunken. And then just... oh, and he's even adding a fourth hatch as well. So that signals this might be some aggression coming out. We do see the Mine's already got the start port as well, and he's making the turret basically, but I haven't seen any single mirror yet, so it might have been a bait as well. It's also potentially that ZerO's thinking maybe drops might come in, so he'll still need the Scourge to get some of those things out, so he might have just gotten... Okay, I see the one Mura. Is it gonna be more than one though? And the hive is already underway, like 7:30-minute hive. That's decently fast, I would say. So I think what's happening, unless more users are coming, is that the purpose of the spire, while it forces Mind to stay more in his base because he believes users are coming, he's gonna have to waste money on turrets. You can see he's not really even moving out. On the other hand, what ZerO is doing, he's just gonna sit behind Sunkens. He's gonna get his upgrades pretty fast, and he might just be rushing. He's probably gonna get +1/+1, maybe get an Ultralisk Den soon and go for that crazy ZerO style. That seems to be the read I'm getting. We'll see if that is correct or not. And if I'm not mistaken, you can see there's a lot of Sunkens. Mine still hasn't read, or he still hasn't seen even that. So now he should see, he does see the one Evo. He hasn't actually checked in the back since his original scout. And that's a lot of Sunkens. So yeah, he's not gonna be able to bust that easily. We typically say you need a medic Sunken, so to speak. But that's, yeah, the armor cannot bust that line of Sunkens, basically. There's a lot of Zergling, so you have +1/+1. Yeah, you can see the Ultralisk Den is coming in. They also have speed. Crack is probably on the way already, so it looks like it's gonna be that crazy ZerO style. And the Spire was mostly there exactly just for to try and defend with any of the drops. And looks like ZerO is ready. He feels something is coming, and he has this Scourge. The question is, is he going to intercept this in time? He does not want those. He does not want that drop to land. It's fantastic reaction. And is he going to get? He is going more likely to get that dropship. No. Okay, that's great play from mine just to quickly react to that and drop the Marines. I think he could potentially scourged with one of the Scourger, but he definitely would not have got that dropship. Just looking at it now. So it's likely what mine's gonna do at this point. If he's figured out what's going on, he's probably just gonna mess up his M&M and wait for the inevitable Ultra's crackling attack, because you know one is coming. Especially that he knows that, or he should know at this point, there's no fourth because he's been scanning around. He's great save on the vessel as well. You can see the Ultras are out, no speed just yet. He's probably going for the armor, potentially first, or more than likely first. That's 6 of them. 7 Ultras, yeah. It's gonna be interesting. He's probably already has 2-2 on the way. I would love to see what mine's upgrades are. And we see a 4th hatch all the way in the corner. Now the one thing about the hatch that I personally don't like is that it's so close to mine's inner 3rd expansion, so the one in the in-base, is that he can drop units from there and ferry them back and forth much easier than if it was in the bottom right corner, but obviously there is a distance concern as well there. Now, the Ultras are stuck. Is going to have to break probably 2 of the side Sunkens. So yeah, it looks like the 4 and 2. Wow, those are pretty strong. He just needs the speed to kick in, and with a couple of cracklings, and those can definitely defeat this army that's walking around the map. So mine has to read this and has to pull back ASAP, in my opinion, because that's quite a bit of ultra skill going up against. He's gonna need more than that. The good thing about this map is that there is a lot of places where he can force a fight to his advantage with the chokes, and he does have 3 vessels, so with some early irradiates and some good D-matrixes, he can definitely, and you can see the drop has come in and is going to be killing that 4th of ZerO, so this is definitely going to die, and at this point in time there's no way he's going to defend this if he starts getting the hatch, and yeah, that hatch should be done, but at least he's going to get the dropship. It's a very small, it's not really going to change much of the outcome at this point so far. I do see something moving up. Are those the science vessels? Yes. So this was both great and risky at the same time, because if he had by any chance some Scourge, he would have gotten the 2 vessels for free, well, almost for free. There is still the army is growing for mine, but those Ultras should actually stop and move apart, because they are irradiating a lot of their comrades, or doing some damage to their comrades. So we can see mine is well aware of the flood, basically the ultra flood there. He is bringing a lot more M&M, so he actually can engage at this point. You can see the huge orange line coming in, and all those irradiates are doing a fantastic job of softening up the ultras. He may lose 2 vessels here potentially. Oh, he does lose 2 vessels as well. But essentially at this point in time, it's best to get the irradiate to do its damage to the ultras, soften them up quite a bit before moving in for the kill. So this is looking better and better for mine as time passes on, and you can see even the commentators are talking about how much damage Irradiate is doing. Basically, like, these others are going to be extremely soft by the time the engagement happens, and he's even getting a lot of the cracklings as well. So the fires are out, so this will make the dynamic a little more interesting. But Mind has spotted that it may not only expand, he's going to try and deny it. Oh, and he might be losing another 2 vessels potentially. No, looks like he's going to pull back. So he gets the 1 vessel, that's great. He's going to need a lot more though, from my opinion. The Ultras are not enough, he needs a lot more cracklings. Because the others are great at absorbing the damage, the Krakens have an insane DPS when they're coupled, and the Dark Room will make both quite invincible. unless you have, you know, Splash or there's an Irradiate in there or Fire Bats or something along those lines, any melee units, so to speak. So looks like ZerO was planning to engage. I realized that might be a bad idea. No, looks like he still wants to engage this basically, and that's some. So it's not too bad of an engagement. Probably the best he's going to be able to get. He's pushing everything back. This will at least allow him to reestablish the mineral only. But his 4th and 5th are now exposed. So it's more than likely what he was planning to do was get Mind to focus his attention on that one spot while he expands to the others. But we do know that these Terrans can multitask like mad, and Mind is going to scout that. But there is a Nidus there, so he should probably focus down the Nidus. Oh, yeah. Looks like ZerO was too busy with the middle engagement, so he's gonna lose that 5th base or his 4th base. Probably potentially the 5th afterwards if he doesn't get some units there. But there is plenty of tanks in the back, just like we saw in the previous game. We'll see with the tank addition. And yeah, this base is gone essentially, but so with so many tanks, ZerO has to basically calculate these situations and not engage unless he knows he can win, because he can lose quite a bit, and there's what, 5 tanks there. So at this point in time, I do wonder what the upgrades are for ZerO. We do know he was on 2-2 already. It'll be nice to see if he's already on 3-3. And we do see a big... Okay, so the others all stuck there. So it looks like Mind believe this is an opportunity for him to push the expansion, especially with how far the Ultras is, and that's not a bad idea if he's able to irradiate some of the things and set up a strong contain with the tanks. But those are some nice swarms right before the sunken colonies. So I'm not really sure what the person's tanks are. He's going to lose those for free, as well as the vessel is a bad idea. So it looks like Mind's concentration was somewhere else. He's going to lose another vessel as well. Not exactly the greatest on his part. We do see there is a mineral only being taken for Mind, but it's probably going to be denied. Looks like Mind is adamant on pushing the expansion though, but those swarms will push him back again. Now I do see what looks like potentially a CC towards the bottom right map. There's 2 of them there. So it looks like Mind is taking advantage of the situation, getting double expanding at this point. Oh, and she is a nice surrender on this end. He can actually clean this up easily. Imagine the swarm just right in the middle. But that arm is forfeit by Mind. At least he does have 2 other bases. But ZerO knows about those basically. So we'll see what he decides to end up doing at this point in time. His army isn't as big as it once was. It is not as scary either, especially with Mind adding in the tanks and having quite the M&M production. He might be able to deny those 2 bases for now. And looks like that's what his goal is. He definitely needs some Zerglings though. But looks like Mind's gonna basically forfeit that base for now, because he can still lift it up. He's gonna go to get the 5th base, and I think this is a great idea. With Terran, you can definitely survive with M&M on 3 bases for quite a while. And we know that Zerg needs more gas at this point. But he's gonna be losing 2 vessels, which is not the greatest either. But that base is forfeit for ZerO. And that base will be forfeit very shortly, depending on how this engagement goes basically. So it looks like Mind knows that he has some time, so he's basically trying to rush the space before the whole army comes in. So if I was him, personally, I think what he's doing is great. Probably try and target the hatch and get it out of the way first, because you know that a huge army is coming right behind you. So, and it looks like that's what he's doing. Okay, so with the hatch gone, Mind is in a fantastic position right now, and we'll see if he's able to how much damage he's able to do. And you can see, like, he's gonna kill this whole army as well. The Ultras were softened up. Oh, looks like there's some more engagements, but look at that huge army that Mind has at this point. So at this point in time, it's his game to lose, but we do see a small force coming into the attacking Mind's 4th expansion. Some cracklings there. But ZerO is in a very extremely bad position. He doesn't have much of an army left. All of his expensive units are gone. He has what? It looks like... Oh, and I see the eraser coming in as well. This is going to deplete... Going to get rid of all the drones. And it looks like it's going to be the final push from Mind's end at this point in time. ZerO can tell that this game is actually lost at this point. No drones, no fourth base. So he might still survive from the swarm, but as mentioned in one of the previous games, even if you have swarm like a Defiler, you still need units to couple it with. Mine is being a little sloppy, but he knows that at this point the game is his. He should probably stop that mineral expansion from going up. And looks like he's moving. Yeah, moving to kill it. We see parts of his army coming to the mineral expansion, and we see the GG come out from ZerO. So mine is gonna be moving to the final match of this round of 32 group. Is a great game played by all, a little bit different than the other TVCs we've seen in this group so far from ZerO. So it was nice strategy, but mine played really well.